Alright, so Brenda made the point that the TV advertisements reminded people to take their meds. However, if people are actually having to be reminded by TV advertisements to take their medications, it's likely that they aren't even taking the right dosage or taking them on time. Marvin was also confused about my proposition about regulating versus banning. However, I never used the word ban. I simply wanted to put a 2-year wait, which would prevent long-term effects from occurring, and so that the FDA could have adequate amount of time to research the medicines. Marvin also stated that the ad companies only show the most significant risk and not the other risks involved. He stated that as sort of a claim of fact, as though the advertising companies adequately show the negative effects by providing more sources. However, that was my statement earlier, which said that the more sources, which were people that don't actually go to the sources to find out all the information. It's the responsibility of the ad companies to actually be transparent and to show all the negative effects right away so that the consumer is not confused. And then Marvin also talked about how people use medicines while they're sick, and such as cold or coughs or things like that, and once they're done taking the medicines, then any possible side effects go away. However, many of these cold medicines are over-the-counter medicines and not prescription medicines that we're actually talking about. And when the prescription drugs are taken, many of them have side effects that last longer than the duration of when the user is actually taking the drug. I also have a quote here that says, "Patients who are convinced that an advertising drug will solve their problems often mistrust a doctor's advice when the doctor suggests an alternate solution." Marvin stated that his love is a family doctor and his grandma, and that's a cute relationship and everything, but his one instance with his grandma and knowing about her medicines and having a great family doctor doesn't represent America and all the millions of people that have their doctors out there. 80% of doctors surveyed by the FDA in April 2013 thought that the direct-to-consumer prescription drug ads actually weakened the doctor-patient relationships, going against what Marvin stated. According to another FDA survey in April 2013, 68% of doctors agree that prescription drugs are marketed before safety profiles can actually be shown, which also promotes my claim that we should have a 2-year waiting period. The current policies that the advocates or the opponents that are promoting don't actually work, because physicians complain all the time that the ill-informed consumers are increasingly demanding drugs that they discovered during songs such as "Touched by an Angel" during the commercials, and they want to feel all that warm and fuzzy feeling when they take that drug, so then they go out and ask the doctor about it. And even though the doctor may not prescribe the drug, many doctors are actually feel as though they're being persuaded into prescribing the drug. 81% of doctors surveyed by the FDA believe that the direct-to-consumer prescription drug advertising actually promotes drug overutilization, not only in the initial prescription, but long-lasting effects, because many consumers who believe they need that drug in order to make them feel better, to cure their ADHD, are actually, they don't need the drug, it's just a placebo. They believe that it's helping them, but it's actually not. And there was in a study of the direct-to-consumer ads by the content analysis of false and misleading claims in television advertising for prescription and non-prescription drugs in the Journal of Internal Medicine, they found that 43% of the claims in the direct-to-consumer drug ads were objectively true, while 55% were potentially misleading, and 2% were flat out false. So this is why we can't actually rely on the consumer or the prescription drug companies to provide the consumers with adequate and information and real information that they can go by. We also can't rely on the consumers to go out and find the own information, because it's a responsibility of the advertisers to be forthfront and forthcoming with that information. Thank you.
All right, thank you.